The City of Johannesburg has released its monthly performance statistics on crime for September, and they show Soweto as the area with the greatest number of drunk driving arrests. JMPD Chief David Tembe spoke to Linda Kuhlekulu.
Yes, the commanders are responsible for their area of jurisdiction. Take, for an example, Midrand, Soweto. There is a deputy director who is in charge of it. So what I do is I make sure that he is accountable for what's if there is a problem in terms of perhaps it's illegal dumping. I hold him accountable for the illegal dumping, that it must be reduced. If last month he had 5 sites where we have illegal dumping, I expect him to reduce it perhaps to 2, 1, until we don't have illegal dumping. Driving facing oncoming traffic, I hold the commander accountable, because it's in his area of jurisdiction. He is supposed to ensure that people drive properly. So as you have seen on my stats, the commanders are being recognized for the good job that they are doing in their areas.
Okay, so that's direct accountability. But there is an addition here, and this is a foreign nationals arrest that has been added to this particular report. Just explain to us why that is. I see there were about 7,841 arrests in the last 3 years as far as foreign nationals are concerned. But just why do we have such an addition in your report today?
Yes, this one was presented in Parliament 2 weeks ago by myself, the Executive Mayor and the MMC, because the Executive Mayor wanted to highlight our relationship, as a city, and the Department of Home Affairs. So hence I had that stats that I retrieved from JMPD data.
All right, and just as a last question, to you, this marks the last one for the mayor of Johannesburg, who was also one of the first people to say you must report back to the communities about your successes, and understand that the support you've received was quite well received on your side. But just take us through what this means then for Johannesburg Metro Police Department, and what you're hoping for in the next mayor who will be coming to take over from Mayor Herman Mashaba when he vacates his office.
I hope that the mayor, the incoming mayor, will do exactly what the executive mayor Mashaba did, because he supported Johannesburg Metro Police. When I started, the officers were working 9 days to 12 days without any rest. But when he came in, he introduced 4 days in and 4 days off. But not only that, his support in terms of when one of our own is injured, he will ensure that he go and see that particular officer at the hospital. When one of our own die, he will attend the funeral and go and attend the memorial service. So he is part of us, our roadblocks, our launches. He has been there. So the officers are able to communicate with him. And in terms of resources, I don't think there's any law enforcement in South Africa that is resourced like JMPD.
And you spoke something very quickly, just as the last question. You said something very profound, saying that if it wasn't for the mayor and for the support you have received from him, you would have quit. And saying the same thing about if you do not receive that the same support for the next mayor, that it might be time to hang up your boots. But just take us through that very quickly.
Yes, yeah, that's true. If I won't get any support, and then what is the reason for me to hang around? I'll quit.